So today we are going to wash the car and talk a little bit about the costs. How much does it cost to live with the cheapest M3 in the country? So let's go to the trip computer. As you can see, the average speed here for the past 2.5k kilometers is 29.6 kilometers an hour, and the average fuel consumption is 13.4 liters per 100 kilometers. I would say this is pretty reasonable for the 530 horsepower car. That's really looking not that bad. And I should say that this gearbox does not like temperatures below freezing point, because it requires some warm-up before going, otherwise it would not be shifting smoothly. But at the same time, this car does not like standing still and warming up, as far as I know, so you should slowly drive it. Right now we have 128,000 kilometers. Yeah, let me hide that. I like to see the sport displays. This car has stage 2 tune and exhaust, like the catalyst exhaust. It's pretty fine to live with that, and honestly I do not feel some extensive smell or something. And welcome to the frosty Poland. So today I will give a quick overview of the ownership experience and some of the cost breakdown to make you understand how much does it cost to drive this car every day and own it. So I bought this M3 for 33,000 euro half a year back, and I've driven 5,000 kilometers, and I should say that it did not bring any trouble to my life. So I did not do any repairs. I only spent money on the upgrades and tire change, because it's also a drift car. And now let's go to wash the car, see how it looks. I have just washed the car and it's freezing, so I think I have to go to my underground parking to wipe it properly, because now it's impossible. It's already ice. So let's quickly talk about some of the aspects of ownership of this car. First, is it a good daily driver? Definitely yes, this is true. So I do not have any other car as a daily, so I have a bunch of Nissans for drifting, but this one is my only daily car, and it's doing really great. So even if it's my wife, she's not a petrol head, but she likes the car and drives it almost every day. And we have 2 kids. There's enough space for them. It's very comfy, I would say, as well, and also it's pretty spacious, so you can transport. I think I've been doing 6 to 8 18-inch wheels in this car for the Nissans. Like, I've been using it as a truck, and also no problem here. Okay, so we talked about daily drivability, and now let's talk about driftability. not enough steering angle. Definitely, like, let me turn on the car and show you. So we are lacking the steering angle. So this is what it can do. So now it's maxed out, and check, that's all we have. That's really not much, and not enough for big angle stable drifting. So there are some kits available with the stock arms. Yeah, let me show it like that. So it's totally not enough. This is crazy how tiny this angle is, but still it's driftable. So you just need to maintain pretty high speed and be careful with the throttle and the brakes. The good thing about driftability is definitely power. The steering itself steers beautifully, and also the diff. So the diff is doing a lot of magic here, because it's locking when it should lock. Also, it is when you release the throttle, what it does, it stabilizes the car pretty quickly. So there is not much of the engine inertia happening, and the diff is doing the magic. So it's very driftable from this perspective. Maybe with the angle kit it would be also much better, but it is what it is for now. I'm not going to install it because I'm afraid that it will ruin the daily drivability of this car. Repairs. So let's talk repairs. I did not do anything, literally. I have only changed the oil. Here is the price tag for that. You have to do that every 5,000 kilometers. I have upgraded the car with some carbon parts, new steering wheel I mentioned, adding the rear view camera. Basically this is it. So I've done nothing. And one more aspect, which is very important, is depreciation. So because this car is the cheapest one in the country, I did not lose anything. There is not a single one on the market which is that low on price. So definitely, like, in half a year nothing happened with the market for these cars, and I think they will be possibly even growing, because they seem to be pretty reliable. Let me actually show you my upgraded intercooler. So let's open the hood. Here's the CDS intercooler. So it solved the problem of the stock one. So the pipes are now solid and they do not disassemble. What else do we have? Like the oil, I've changed it like 1.5k kilometers ago. 540. Once every month I'm burning some gas. So here is the price for the gas. And for the drift car, one more type of expense is tires. So I was pretty much afraid to put cheap tires on this car, but as you could guess, this is M3, so it's burning. No, it's ice. So it's burning tires pretty quickly if you use it actively. And these are very cheap Chinese tires, but these are ultra high performance. So definitely it's not Michelin, it's not Continental, but they are holding pretty well. I see no problem driving this car in winter. I see no problem drifting it on any surface, on wet, sun dry. It does an amazing job. And on these tires I'm feeling super confident. No understeers, still has tons of grip, and this is crazy cheap. I've used, I think, already 2 pairs of the rear tires. The front ones, of course, are still like brand new. Yeah, you can see like the same brand, but it's working really great. And for summer, I have a summer set of better quality tires. But honestly, surprisingly, these tires, being brand new, work pretty well. I do not expect them to work well in the next season, but for now, it's really, really great. So the conclusion. Really, my conclusion is, if you want this car, if you like how it looks, if you want to drift occasionally, like definitely it's not a pro drift car or some event-friendly car, because of lack of steering angle mostly, and lack of handbrake. But I'm pretty skilled, so I don't need the handbrake. So you can flick the car and it goes pretty smoothly. So overall, my conclusion is, if you like the look of this car, if you like drifting, and you consider it as a daily driver and one and only car, go for it. Absolutely no problem in driving it every day with kids. So I have one chair mounted right now. I have the other one unmounted. At the moment, you can fold the back seat and have a lot of space to transport something. I'm mostly doing like the wheels for the tire shop for the drift cars. And honestly, like it's totally not bad. It's absolutely nice, and has been very nice experience for me for the past 6 months. I do not expect anything to break. Nothing like is faulty right now. No check engines, like not a single issue. Yeah, so if you like it, go for it. It's very cheap right now for the power, for the driftability, for the looks. Really, it's a cheap option right now. So thanks for watching, guys, and see you in the next video.